Welcome back, guys, to another episode. In this episode we've got my mate's GQ Patrol that we're putting a new transmission in, and we also got to do a boost controller, and the dump is leaking, so we also got to fix that. But it's no idea petrol turbo. So the issue is the transmission is grinding in second, third, fourth when you try to put it in. So what we're going to do is we're going to put my transmission in it that I have that I don't need anymore. So to start, we're going to pull drive shaft off. We're going to do the cable inside because it's a hell of a lot easier than pulling this all apart. And then we're actually going to take the transfer case off first because we need to swap it over, so we may as well just take it off now, drop it out separate, pull all the bolts out, take the cross member off, and we'll be good. First of all, we're going to do the drive shaft bolts. They're 18s. Take them off and do the other shaft. So we're going to take the center console out, and we also got to take the boots around the shifter so we can get to the bolts from the top, so we can get the shifter off the top of the transmission. Makes it a lot easier to get it out. Took the center console out. Now we just need to get the handbrake cable out, which is just this little pin here. Once we pull that out, the handbrake cable will come out of the back, and then we can push it through the floor. And also we got removed all of these casings. We need to undo the 4 bolts for the shifter there, and then pull the shifter out, just because it gets in the way when you're pulling the transmission down. Taking the transfer case off, so all the bolts around here, there's quite a few of them, take them off, and then if you can see up there, there's 2 bolts on that shifter. We're going to take those 2 off, and so you can get the shifter out the side of it. We couldn't get 2 of the top transfer bolts out, so we're going to pull the transfer case with the gearbox. Just going to be a little bit heavier, but should be right. So now we're just going to loosen the bolts around the bell housing here. So there's, I don't know how many, depends how many there are in it. This car doesn't really have all the right bolts and everything nice, so we'll see. Disconnected the breather line that goes to the car. It's the only breather. The diff and the transmission actually share a breather at the top of this that goes to this metal pipe. And then also we unplugged the 3 plugs. One on the end, another one up here. Also, slave cylinder unbolted. He's just 2 bolts on the side of the transmission. And I think she's ready to come out. We're going to use a forklift for this, or we're going to try. We're just going to loosen these 4 bolts on either side. If you can see them, there's 4 there and 4 on the other side. And we'll go up with a forklift and see if we can bring it down. We also have to bring it back a little bit to clear the input shaft through the clutch. So we got it out. It was actually really easy, you probably saw. So with the shifters, this is my one, and this boot you can see is torn, so we're actually going to use his for that because it's perfect. Now we just need to change over any of these lines that mine doesn't have anymore, and maybe sensors, although this one's doing some good work. Look at that, it's nice and corroded in there. Oh, that's not doing anything. Lovely. Yeah, and then pull the transfer case off. We're also going to change the oil in mine, and yeah, should be about it. Maybe use this bearing because it's new. Alright, just took the transfer case off. That's the new transmission on this side, but have a look at this beautiful, oh, what even is that? It looks like mud. It's actual mud. That's so, oh, look at it dripping. Oh, oh, that's so bad. Yummy. Just what you want in your transmission. Lucky we're changing it. Alright guys, we put it all together. You put a bit of silicone in between the two. kind of what I had for factory. We also changed the bearing there. It's a little better. It's better than the other one. So now we're going to put it back in. We just finished with it. She's all done. Got the new transmission in there. Put oil in the transmission and transfer case. We also did power steering fluid because it was about 1 litre low. So I might actually steer now because it was really bad. We also welded up a hole in the dump pipe, but the flange between the motor and the exhaust is still leaking. So didn't fix that issue. We also couldn't put a boost gauge on because it was missing a wire. But yeah, there's a few things wrong with this car. Not exactly perfect condition. But yeah, now we're gonna go take it for a little test drive. Kind of forgot to film an outro for this video, but that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.